Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bows & Company. I am your host, Emily O, and I am joined by very, very exciting company today. Hello, Bitsy.
Hi, everyone. It's me. It's Bitsy.
God,
I'm in the studio.
You're in the studio this time. Sorry, I'm a little... Okay.
She was just running all around the basement, so she's a little out of breath. Would you like to take a pause?
Nothing like starting off an episode completely winded. We are so excited to have you on the show today.
I'm happy to be here.
What a gift and what a surprise. Share with us why you're here today.
I would be delighted. So first of all, thank you for having me. I'll let you get your breath and maybe have a sip of water.
Does anyone have any water?
We don't have our producer today in the studio. It's just the two of us. But I'm home for the weekend. I came home Saturday and it's now Monday and I'm heading back after we record.
It was the perfect little respite. I feel like it was a great weekend because like you said, you came home late afternoon on Saturday. So you really kind of had 2 weekends in one.
And that's what I love to do because Thursday is the weekend at school. So Thursday and Friday, I was out with friends. Actually, one of my friends' friends came in town. So we had a really fun time. And then Saturday at school is so fun. But that Saturday evening at around 5 or 6, things get pretty melancholy.
Yeah, the witching hours.
The witching hour, and then you're just exhausted Sunday. So, well, not everyone's exhausted, but usually I'm exhausted.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? We're going to extend the weekend. We're going to come home. And that's exactly what I did. So I came home, I took a little nap, caught up with the fam, and then we went out.
The two of us had such a fun weekend. It was really the perfect timing of it all. And all the plans came to fruition perfectly, which I love.
I actually didn't have a lot of faith in those plans.
Neither did I. And I feel like those last minute spontaneous, get-togethers always result in the best of times. So I feel like, we could use some comedic relief. So I want to hear a little bit. We had such a fun night on Saturday. We went out. My friend Sophie, she was supposed to have plans. She was at a baby shower and then she was supposed to have plans. Those fell through. And we were like, you know what, girls? We're going out.
We're going out.
And that we did. And that it's going to be, we mean business when Bitsy shows up in a Canadian tuxedo. She's in full denim. She's got her party pony and she is locked in.
I'm locked in and that's my go-to. Sophie was even asking, she's like, you're always in all denim.
But I love that you make it like a signature look.
Well, that's it's just easy. I love these pants that I have. They're boot cut. Is that what they're?
Yep, boot cut.
They're boot cut jeans from Legence, and I get tons of questions about them from my friends, from family, from others, third parties.
Onlookers.
And so when I wear those pants, it's hard to find nude tops. And I always like to wear black when I'm out just to be sleek. And then, recently all I've been wearing is denim on denim. And even my roommate commented.
Really?
Yeah.
Love the jacket that you wore with it. I thought it was like Cinque Sept or Alice and Olivia.
Funny enough, I actually have in my closet a Cinque Sept that looks almost identical, and I've had it for a few years, but it's more peplum and it's a darker shade than the jeans. So my mom,
not mine, yours.
My mom gave me this, it's from Gap, and it's just a button-up little denim jacket, which I love.
I arguably like the Gap one better than the Cinque Sept.
Me too.
I thought it fit like you, and the sleeves were longer, and I liked that shade. It looked very rich, and it was a great find that Anne found.
So let's go, piggybacking off of this, let's go into our bows and lows, because both of them happened in the same night.
I know what it is. Go ahead. Take it away.
Okay. I actually just got a pit in my stomach.
No. This is like the perfect outlet to share this story with.
So you guys will understand this. As you know, I am 22 years of age, 22 years young, and I feel like I'm the maturity of a 70-year-old.
Correct.
I am mature, and we are mature. And so we go out, and I'm wearing all denim. And she walks in, and she sees her friends from college, whatever.
We didn't go to the same college, Sophie and I. So yeah,
I don't
want
to clarify that.
No, I won't. But I think that's
totally.
Yeah. She did not go to Miami.
Yeah. So we get there and we're talking to this guy and, he's fine. He's cute, whatever. We're just chatting. And he clearly likes Emily, which is great. Clearly likes her. I'm just there's her foil. And he says to me, "Oh, are you guys twins?" And I said, "No, we're not." I love when people say that.
Yeah, because, it's so fun. We haven't gotten that in a while.
It's a really fun bit to go into and play into. So I said, "No, we're actually not twins. One of us is older." Who do you think is older? And mind you, I don't care if people say I look 25. I want people to think I look 25, 26, mature, elder. Okay?
But by the way, you look like a spring chicken. You are well,
my face, I still have a baby face, but I am in all denim. I have a slick back hair. So I'm oh my God, who do you think is older? Fun little game. He goes, points to me and he goes, well, you look about 30. I go, oh my God. My stomach hit the floor. My jaw is aghast.
Never a good thing to say.
30? You think I look 30
Everybody
years
stops.
old? And I stare at him and he's like, what? Like and he goes, like you're in this all denim outfit and like, the way you're dressed and like,
and you know what was bad is like he kept going. Like clearly she's not 30 by the reaction, and he just kept going. Like,
and maybe he thought I was older. Maybe he actually thought I was 35, and he was like, "I'll be generous and tell her she looks 30." So I am dumbstruck, and Emily's just like, "Oh."
Which also that didn't make any, because then he said that, I'm sorry, not to like.
Yeah. So then, okay, to continue the story, give Emily a compliment. He goes, "Well, you look about 30, and she looks, I don't know, like 23, 24."
But what I don't understand is if he thought we were twins, then there
why do I look 30?
There shouldn't have been such a big gap. A second ago, you thought we were the same age, and then now, so he just keeps. So we're already off on the wrong foot.
Going. He keeps going, and Sophie, she goes, "Oh no, this is just terrible. I can't let it go. I can't let it go."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You think I look 30?" I said to him, "I'm 22."
Right.
And he goes, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What? What?" No, I go, I'm not
He
kidding.
didn't believe her, guys.
No, I'm not kidding. I said, I drove from a college campus.
He thought it was a joke.
He's like, oh yeah, like what college campus? Miami.
Yeah.
I go to Miami.
We're like, no, like actually, not that it matters at this point because this man was an idiot, but
an idiot.
And we were like, no, she's literally in college. I'm 25. Sophie's 26. She's 22.
22 years.
So then
young.
it was just open season to like go after this man.
I start attacking his character, his shoes, his mustache. I am going off on him.
Going off.
You think I'm 30? All right, well, this is open season. Here we go.
It was bad. So then we kind of like shuffled him away.
Yeah, Sophie's like literally get away.
He did have a lot to say, but she had a really cool like oversized blazer, this cute little like mini skirt, boots, and he was like going after her blazer.
And he was like, well, did you just come from work? Like you look like you just came from work. Clearly she didn't come from work. It's 8 p.m. on a Saturday. Where do you... Oh my God.
He really had a lot to say.
I was fuming.
Oh, and then he made
yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so
You say it, you're funnier.
So I like take a deep breath. I'm like turning to Sophie's other friend.
I'm literally like holding her hands. I'm like, you don't look 30.
I started turning to her other friend and I go, do you think I look 30? And he's like, I don't even know you.
I don't know you.
Like,
I'm like, Elizabeth, we all know you don't look 30. Like, it's just...
And he's like, it's the outfit. I'm like, I curated this
I
look.
turned to him. I'm like, why don't you pipe down? Okay,
Yeah.
You've dug yourself a grave.
So then he starts talking to Emily because, again, he's in love with her. So he's hitting on her. And I'm like, that's the way to her heart, is insulting her family members. So then he starts asking about your career and he starts insulting her every other word.
Every other word. It just kept going.
So I'm like, awesome. You're doing a great job. So then other friends of Sophie's start showing up, and one of her friends was really sweet. And I heard Sophie pull her aside and go, so Emily's sister is like really upset because like this guy called her 30.
Yeah.
And so then she comes up to me. I've just met her, and she was like, hi, like I'm so and so. Like, oh my God, you literally don't look a day over 21. And I grab her arm. I go, you have no idea how much that means to me.
She was like, you don't look 30. And then like we were all just he was in the wrong. He also wasn't understanding. Like I don't think he was very bright, so he wasn't understanding.
Getting. Then I started making it my bit, and I was like, oh, I'm so washed up and all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, what time are you getting home for the kids? And he was like, you have kids. I'm like, get away. Get away.
I go to Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I was like, not for my PhD. Like, I haven't been in school for 10 years.
Wait. How about when you kept saying, oh, I'm in school? And then the other guy goes, oh, I'm in school too. This man's in medical school. So he's like, and Elizabeth goes, no. Like, I'm not in graduate school. Like, I'm not in my PhD. No. And he wasn't understanding
this man was about to be a doctor.
He was literally about starting his residency program like in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth was like, just to clarify, I am a senior in college. You're so wise beyond your years. So the thing is,
turned 22 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
3 months.
So then that really got you all riled up. And I will say, going out with Elizabeth, like you are a force to be reckoned with, especially when you are in denim on denim.
Yeah.
So then later on in the night.
Well, so then I turned to Emily and I said, you know what? We need to stop telling people that he called me 30 because I don't want people to think that I actually am 30. You know, like...
Yeah, so we dropped that bit. So then later on in the evening, though, who ordered nachos?
Oh, the kid next to me.
Okay, the future doctor.
The future doctor, who I loved.
he was super nice. And once we clarified everybody's stations in life, we were really able to kind of put that behind us and move forward with the night. But then circling back to the whole influencing thing, you want to tell the part about when the nachos came?
Yes. Okay. So so that was my low, but the whole night was my bow, just to clarify. So the nachos show up and me and the doctor are eating the nachos. I'm sitting because I'm still mad. Like I'm still like annoyed. And this other boy shows up. So you two get to talking. Yeah. And I said to him, I go to Miami. And he goes, go Red Hawks. And I go, caca. And he goes, caca. And I grab Emily's hand. I go, he just cacawed back to me. The only other person who's ever cacawed back to me is Connor, our brother-in-law.
I feel like you, like, again, like I said, the only way to describe it is a force to be reckoned with. Like, when I tell you every person was afraid of you in that bar that night, like, including myself, your kid, I was like, just let her roll. Like,
no one was afraid of me.
No, it's a joke, but like,
yeah, they should be.
It was really, really funny.
So Emily starts talking to him and I am chowing down on these nachos and he says, what do you do? And she says, I'm an influencer. And Emily is very humble when she talks about her influencing. She doesn't go into the behind the scenes of like, this is a big business and it's like a lot of analytics, a lot of back end stuff. So I like to take care of it for her.
Guys, the PR department was working overtime. I look over, she's sitting next to, this is from my perspective what I saw. So you and the future cardiologist are sitting there chatting at the bar. You're eating nachos. I don't know why you guys were sharing nachos, but it was
I don't
hilarious.
know either.
All I see is you take the bit of nacho, you put it down, and you go, hold on to him. And you turn around. She hauls off on this man. He hasn't said a word, by the way. All I've said is that my profession is an influencer. You turn around. We'd also come off of the heels of the other guy just being just so openly rude.
Mr. Mustache.
So Mr. Mustache. So she turns around.
I start screaming at this man. Yeah. And I go, you don't understand what an influencer is. It's so much work. I'm screaming.
She goes, before you say anything.
I go, you know what? We have had a lot of difficulty with boys in the past and they don't understand what she does and I don't want to hear it.
She goes, I don't want to hear it. Don't say a word.
She works day and night. And this man is like, oh my God, okay. He's like really getting scared. And I go, and furthermore, what do you even do?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm an investment banker. And I go, okay. And then I go, where do you even work? And mind you, he has been nothing but nice, nothing but delightful.
Nice. Yeah.
Where do you even work? And he tells me, I go, I've never heard of that.
It was. And then Sophie's standing next. She goes, oh my gosh.
She goes, did he say something?
No, I go,
rude?
no, didn't say anything.
So then he goes, you know what? I love this passion. I love how defensive you are. Are you the youngest? And I go, I am. Screaming at him. And he goes, okay, like, so am I. And I go, okay. You know what? I knew I liked you.
It was the roller coaster of emotions. But like before, what I loved throughout the entire night is before anyone even got a chance to speak, Elizabeth was in there ahead of the game. She was like, we will not be spoken
I'm like I will not hear, because Mr. Mustache, you've been extremely rude about your industry.
By the way, this is a very common practice around men. It's not the women. They get it. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'll pull it up, whatever. The men are ruthless about it.
They're ruthless. They are condescending.
Yeah.
And I won't have it, and I won't stand for it. And so I like to nip it in the bud before they can even make their preconceived notions.
Yes.
So, he was lovely, he was receptive, and one of my closest confidants.
No, yeah. So after, and you know what I appreciated is like with Mr. Mustache, the more you went after him, the more he kept going after you.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, buddy. Really appreciated our new friend. And so then, can I tell what happens next?
I mean, yeah, there's always editing abilities. So
always editing abilities.
Speak freely, and I will listen to this back.
So the rest of the night, he and her are talking, and they are yip-yapping the whole night, and he comes up to me at one point, and what should we call him? Like,
I don't know.
Mr. Tall.
Sure.
And he comes up to me, and he goes, we had this whole bit. It's a really long story. It's not that long of a story, but basically he was calling me tiny coin or baby coin, and then he was calling you middle coin. And he comes up to me and goes, so I really like middle coin. I think she's really cool. And he said, I think she's cool beans. And I said, she's the coolest. She's like a legume. She's like a kidney, or like, I love her. And he was like, I want to ask for her number. And I kind of touch his knee and I go, I'm so glad you thought of this before I had to tell you.
I would say that my beau is also that night. And it was so much fun.
It was so much fun. And just running around.
And I'm so happy that because nobody was going to go out. Like Sophie wasn't planning. This was all coming together last minute. And those are always the best nights. Yeah. And I'm so happy that we did go out. This particular spot too, I feel like was like the move to go.
It is. And then as a college person, I like to move from bar to bar to bar to bar. So
you also love a group. She loves like leading a group, organizing a group, moving with a group. Just keep that in mind. She loves group chats. She loves groups.
But it's not about dating, whatever. It's about going out, meeting people, practice, like talking, brushing up on those skills.
Exactly, which you're very good at too.
Thank you.
You should teach a master class on.
I turned to Mr. Tall's friend and I go, so you see this? And it was the two of you sitting and I go, yeah, I did that. And I go, I'm pretty good at this.
No, you really are good at putting people together. You're very
forcing them together.
You're a good foil as well, because once you kind of establish yourself as like, I'm the younger sister, everyone's always shocked to hear that we have a third sister.
They are.
You know,
they
like,
also think we're twins.
Yeah, but they just like can't even get over the fact that there might be like one more, you know.
Totally.
Which was really
we're just
funny.
A lot.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's a third is
exactly
like mind-boggling.
Exactly. So yeah, that was kind of like our weekend. And then yesterday we had a really fun day as well.
We did. We explored a different part of Cleveland.
Yeah. And we had a rehash with Sophie. It was just divine. We've been really on like a coffee shop tour.
Yeah. And it's always just lovely finding new coffee shops, finding new spots.
Exactly. Yeah. I also did just want to quickly talk about the fact that I'm wearing a hat if you're joining us on video. This is my new hat for our upcoming collection, which we had our photo shoot on Friday for. You weren't home yet, but Mom and I, Laura, our videographer, our photographer, we had this really, I'm going to call it a very intense in the best way possible photo shoot. We were like locked in.
Whoa.
We shot, intense in a good way. Like it's some of our very best work. We shot so many looks. And the new collection is coming out on next Monday, which I think is the 8th, I want to say. I should probably clarify that before I start spewing lies about my own
brand. But I had the pleasure of wearing the sweatshirt yesterday, and I'm taking it back to school.
Just kidding. It's the 10th, March 10th.
But I wore the sweatshirt the other day, and I loved it. The quality's amazing. Kept me warm.
Yes.
Kept me cool.
Yes.
Very temperate.
I'm glad that you thought that it's 100% cotton. Well, and today we are kind of, it's Monday. We've had a big weekend. So we're in casual clothes, but it actually works out well because
we're kind of matching.
Product placement. And yeah, so we're looking forward to the new collection coming out on March 10th. Again, it's 4 pieces, sweatshirt, hat, mug, and a canvas tote. And
it's fabulous.
All updates will be on my socials. So we have some really fun like little teasers and it just very creatively inclined with this. Did that make sense with this collection? So I see you have a sticky note with some notes.
I do. I like to write down my thoughts. My low and my bow were here. Another low is that I have an exam on Thursday.
You mentioned.
How embarrassing.
It's so crazy to me that you are still in school because like it's just, especially this weekend, it felt like you were not. Did you forget about it?
I didn't think about college for 1 second.
I know.
I'm excited to go back. I'm happy when I'm here. I'm happy when I'm there.
Yeah.
But I have plans tonight to study.
Yeah. How is school life?
School is great. There is a new bar and restaurant that opened beneath my apartment building. So that has just been thrilling.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. And so we've been eating there a ton and then we've been walking next door. And what I love is that I don't have to leave. Like I am in my building. I go for dinner, I go for drinks with friends, and then I walk upstairs.
Second to the group thing, I feel like this would be your second favorite thing, was just kind of like
convenience,
proximity, like way of like, because it's twofold. It's like you get to go out, but it's also like close to you.
Yes. I am not geographically fluid.
Right. So but it's kind of like your club,
Yes. Yeah. And so that's been really fun and nice to kind of be in a different setting.
Yes.
And I've also been baking and cooking a lot.
You have.
So it's not. So last time we spoke, I was just fresh off of TikTok and I was looking for hobbies and I was kind of discovering myself again after 5 years. I'm totally kidding. But I have so much free time now because I'm not scrolling. So I have learned how to bake bread. Now, this might seem like a very simple skill for a lot of people, but I had never dabbled with flour and yeast. And here I am. I've made focaccia. I make loaves every week. And my gluten intake is way up.
Through the roof.
But I've just been like really understanding that like I need to be eating whole foods. I need to be eating things that I've made.
You are cooking up a storm. I love seeing it on
not to eat out.
Okay.
Unless I go downstairs to the Mexican restaurant.
Right, of course. And then it's like tacos and queso.
But that's like still homegrown because it's still home.
Right.
But so yeah, I've been baking bread. I've been doing all sorts of meals at home.
I feel like, were you making soup? I heard a couple weeks ago.
So I've made soup in the past. like very easily. And I just realized, because I was kind of getting sick, I was like, oh my God, I have all the ingredients. Whoop. Made soup in 30 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom.
Do your roommates eat your food as well? Like, do you make it for all of them, or is it more just like
I make it for Nicole and I sometimes. So she came over for soup the other week. She had bread. I've also bbeen hosting these dinner parties for our real estate club members, and it's kind of a close group. And we had an Italian themed night. We actually haven't done one in a while, but we'll put that in the books
for sure.
Yeah, so it's really fun, and I've just been hosting and cooking
and I just feel like you've really kind of stretched that creative muscle.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
And I went to a museum, because last time I was here, I remember I told you guys that a museum a month extends your life by 10 years. So I went to the art museum on campus.
So do you miss TikTok or no?
Not at all.
That's good.
My friend Carson, though, the other night when we were at the Mexican restaurant below my apartment building, said to me, he goes, I'm really disappointed that you're not on TikTok. I was like, Carson, I'm right here.
Right.
Like, you don't need to
like,
see
it's
me
not
on
enough.
No. He was like, I understand you're posting on Reels now, but it's not the same.
I mean, I think like it is for the best, you know?
It is. Like,
yeah.
I feel no urge to be posting. And when I did feel the urge, I recorded my day and I posted it, and that was that.
Well, I love your Instagram so much. I like seeing your little stories.
Thanks.
Your jelly cats popping up and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So in a couple weeks, we are headed to Palm Beach, which is just so thrilling. I feel like I'm just like...
In like 19 days.
Even though we were just there for New Year's, I feel like that was eons ago.
It feels like ages.
And I'm just looking forward to like going... I like going in that March time, you know, kind of getting over that hump of that cold, dark weather. Although we've kind of had a little tease of spring, which I feel like people have been having that like fake spring that shows up. Like today was just like this beautiful sunny day. Gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's been really pretty at Oxford.
Oh,
in
has
Oxford.
it?
Yeah,
it's been very pretty. This is
year.
so not my time of the year, so not my season.
I love spring, and I love like the end of the school year, but every year at the end of the school year, I get sad.
I just got this overwhelming feeling of like, I want summer, which I feel like I never feel. You know, I like to, but I was like, I'm so excited for summer, and I don't know why that is. So last time you were on the show, you were discussing how the furs were going to be a big thing on campus, and how people were bringing back furs and fur. So please kind of give us that extension of what happened. We're on the edge of our seats. Did people come back in furs? Are girls still wearing furs?
Absolutely. So as the Gen Z consultant on the Bose and Company podcast, went back to school. I brought my furs. I wore them out. And so did everyone else. So I started texting you pictures because I wanted to prove every single girl is wearing furs, big furs, little furs, faux furs. And it's crazy.
When I saw the pictures of and you're like at Darty's doing this. You're like out.
I posted the other day and I was in that fur.
Yeah, that's a faux fur from Saks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming all of these are faux furs. Like that would be kind of like insane to be out at a bar with like a real fur.
And also really hot.
Well, really hot. Exactly. Like I feel like you would just like immediately start overheating, but it has been really cold. It was really cold in January and February. So I just think, do you forecast any trends for?
I've been seeing a lot of strapless tops, a lot of strapless vests. You know how like I wore that vest the other day?
Yes.
But like picture that with like buttons down the middle.
Okay, yeah, strapless. Like a set.
Strapless
I
is in.
actually have one of those from Favorite Daughter that I've never worn. Okay. Yeah, or maybe I'll wear it since, you know, this is...
Because, you know, you're on a college campus.
Right. It's a set. It's like a houndstooth.
It's the Bose campus.
It's the Bose campus.
Wait,
you're kind of like our Beau ambassador. You're a Poppy ambassador.
I am a Poppy ambassador, which is always fun. You get free,
so much Poppy.
I get free Poppy. I get a base suitcase because they're doing a collab, so that's exciting. But just circling back, the belts are still a thing. The black boots, 100%. I do need some strapless tops.
Okay, but vests. I'm honestly, Elizabeth, I should show you the one that's in my closet. You're gonna die.
I want it. Give it to me.
I might not.
So that's been really exciting. But I did get my credit card stolen. I kind of gave my credit card.
So we're at lunch
to the thieves
like an hour ago, and I get a text message, and I was like, ugh, like this phishing scam. Which, if you're not familiar with, I thought this was common knowledge because I saw it on TikTok. You're no longer on TikTok. So you get this text and it says like you have this unpaid credit from the Ohio toll roads, and it's just to, you know, text people and then they give their money and pay, and it's a scam. And I've gotten like 4 or 5 text messages, and it's been on the news. I don't know if this is just an Ohio thing, but it's been happening over the past month, I want to say. So I say this to her when we were eating lunch like an hour ago. I'm like, because I just got one, and she goes, what? Like No, I paid that. Like I got it. I like paid it. I go, Elizabeth, that is a scam. Yeah. And I haven't been driven anywhere So I, of course, knew that I did not have an unpaid.
I figured.
But you have been driving somewhere, so I can see why you thought that.
Yeah, I've driven to Cincinnati. I drove back for school, but again, I haven't been on a toll road. So why didn't I think?
Right.
Why didn't I think? Period. So I paid it the other day, and it was $4.95, and I was like, "This is kind of weird. Like tolls aren't that much. Like,
right? They're never gonna text you. How did they get your phone number?
I don't know. My license?
No,
I don't know.
No,
like,
that's not.
Literally, I didn't think. I just didn't think.
Yeah.
And I paid it, and then you told me this, so then I'm like, oh my god. So I started looking through my credit card statements, and I didn't see a charge for $4.95. But I did see a charge for $359. So I think to myself, gee whiz, Liz, this isn't good. So I canceled my credit card, reported it, taken or whatever.
So then I'm texting the family group chat. I'm like, if anyone receives a text message from Ohio Toll Roads, like, don't pay it.
So then Dad calls me, and he's like, so you paid the Ohio Toll Roads scam? And I was like, yeah.
Like, guilty.
I thought I was just being too diligent.
Put me in handcuffs, take me
yeah,
away.
Take me away. And he was like, it's like, no problem. Like, just get a new credit card and just like stop answering text messages from unknown numbers.
What I love too is like, I don't know how your text message
Mine
showed
didn't
up.
look like that. Mine had a link, and it looked better than
and
that.
what was the contact name?
Oh my gosh, here's our producer in
Oh
studio.
my gosh, there she is. Oh my gosh, she looks so lovely.
I haven't told her about what happened.
Well, I texted the family. So
I was
feel
scammed, Mom, by Ohio Toll Roads.
There's like a whole phishing scam going on where they text you to take your money, and she unfortunately paid it. I mentioned it when we were at lunch. So, but you know what? That's okay. Like sometimes you fall for stuff that, you should have known.
I should have known. So anyways, figured that one out, and we're better for it.
You were better for it. But also just like a little PSA, we want to like spread knowledge on here. Hopefully this is just an Ohio problem, because if this is happening everywhere, then they've got a real scheme going on.
And you know what? It's working. And whoever's on their PR team is doing a great job.
Yeah, the con art, the scammers.
Yeah, they use like Wix.com to make
that website. We haven't had a recent scam, that people have to report on, which is just, anyway. So stay safe out there and make sure that you are, not giving people your credit card number if you don't know them personally. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bitsy. We're so happy to have you here on the show for a little impromptu catch up. You always bring such a light to Bose and Company. And just, be on the lookout for our upcoming collection. March 10th is when we are releasing it. The Bow Club, Better with a Bow. Product placement, wearing one of the hats right now, sweatshirts, all of the things. It'll be available to purchase on emilyonbose.com. And please let us know how the college kids receive my sweatshirt.
Absolutely. I'll be the only one on campus so far with it. When they come back, they're going to be like, where did I get that sweatshirt?
Yeah, and let people touch it. Let people feel it. See how the weight of the cotton. Yeah. Exactly. So thank you all so much for listening. We always appreciate you supporting us. We hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful travel on your way home. And
don't take a toll road.
Don't take a toll road. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, say it with me, that everything is better with a bow. Bye-bye now.